Good morning, everybody. Shavua Tov. Wishing you all a wonderful week. I hope you'll join us at 10 o'clock this morning for a very fascinating lecture from John Geringer. Take a look at the email and you'll see the details. Just want to finish off. We're completing the seventh blessing of the Amidah today, and the blessing about personal redemption. And the idea over here, as we've been discussing, is that people, including ourselves and including people that we know, are always going through challenges in life. And how do we relate to those challenges? And how do we understand a God who's challenging us? In the end of this blessing, we say an amazing thing. We say, Baruch atah Hashem, Goel Yisrael. Goel Yisrael is referring to the fact that God is redeeming us from all of our troubles and pain and difficulties, but it's in the present tense. It's not He will redeem us. It's not He did solve our problems for us. He is currently in the process of redeeming us, which means that every single moment, every day of our lives and every moment is bringing us closer to our own personal fulfillment and our own personal redemption. And the events in our lives and the occurrences and situations in our lives are there for us to grow from, every single one. I was just thinking about something I remember a few years ago. I had a friend whose father passed away, and he reached out and was looking for people to help make a minyan at his father's funeral. And I remember getting the text, hey, are you available for a minyan? It wasn't from him, it was from somebody else. I had a long list of things to do that day. My to-do list that day was tremendous, I remember. And I was thinking, oh my gosh, come on, I've got so much to do, someone else will go. But you know what, I said, it's the right thing to do. They need a minyan, I went. And thank God I went, because there were exactly 10 of us. And we were able to honor his father with a minyan. But I remember he told a story about his father at that funeral, and it affected me and impacted me so much. I'll share with you the story in a second, but the reason why I say this is because that was exactly the experience I needed to have that day. And everything that was on my to-do list, the purpose of those things were for me to not do them that day, but to choose to go to this funeral instead. And that was tailor-made for me, because I needed to hear this story. The story was that this friend of mine was an observant guy. He was somebody who studied in yeshivas, but he didn't grow up that way. And he said what inspired him, why he decided to go ahead and pursue learning Torah and going to yeshiva, is that he remembered when he was a little kid that the rabbi used to come over to his father's house and study Torah with his father. And he said that he was supposed to be asleep, but he would sneak down and stand by the stairs and watch his father learning Mishnah with the rabbi. He didn't know what they were talking about. He didn't understand anything, but he knew that this is something important, that this is something that must be valuable, because I see my father doing this every week, and the rabbi comes over. And he said that planted a seed in his mind as a little kid. And that story was so important to me, because at the time I was teaching people and I was going to people's homes, and I realized how important it is for their children to see what they're doing. And I started encouraging people to have their children join or participate or watch or something. It was a story that really had a big impact on me. And I wouldn't have heard that story had I stuck to my to-do list for that day and gone with what I had committed to do. Sometimes you have to understand that Hashem sends us situations, moments, occurrences, because there's something that we need to learn. Baruch atah Hashem, Goel Yisrael. Hashem is currently in the process of helping us achieve our redemption. So we should remember that every day there's something to learn and there's something to grow from, and that will help us to be able to become the people that we are put on this earth to become. All right, have a great day, everybody. Shavua Tov.